Good morning. It's one half of the Flights of Fancy Stitchers. This is Charlene, and it is the 19th of January, and it's about 20 till 11. I'm in a new location. I'm in my sewing room. We've kind of finally got everything rearranged. I still need to get my sewing light, because I sat over there next to the window. We need to bring it over and get it hung up here. I still haven't decided if I'm going to bring my cutting table up yet, but I think I probably will, because you can see behind me the dollhouse. So I talked about that in my video last week. So yeah, and I think I've kind of loosely decided on colors. I can't get started on paint and stuff like that until next month, but I saw an Afghan or blanket, whatever you want to call it. It was crocheted, but it was all in like roses and creams and tans and maybe lilac, maybe some mauves. It was really, really pretty, and I thought that would be really cool. And yes, my favorite colors are blue, but I think that would be really cool for the house. So we'll see. Anyway, that's a future Charlene thing. I'm going to try something new today. Morgan, a saint, so we have always used Movavi, I hope I'm saying that right, for our videos, and then we quit, editing them and whatnot, because it was just easier to just show what we were doing and go from there. And I had reached out to a fellow stitcher. I didn't ask for permission before I said this, so anyway, and so she sent me a link to a tutorial that she had done, and I was like, yes. And so while Dalton was home on break, I'm like, okay, help me figure out how to do this. And he said, Mom, you can't, this is an Apple product. And I'm like, my phone, my tablet, like everything is Android. And so this morning I made like a quick video and tried to do some altering with Movavi, and you have to pay to add pictures and you have to pay to this. Like, no. So Morgan and I did a video chat, like 46 minutes on the phone, and she found a program that I'm hoping is going to work for me to add pictures and whatnot. So I'm going to try very hard to do this. Please don't laugh too hard if I totally fail. I would love constructive criticism. That's the only way that we learn and we grow. So for those of you who watch us that cut, paste, add, delete, all those things, edit, I guess is the best term, please, please, please let me know what you think, how I did, what I can do better. I personally enjoy a video when okay, this is the project, and this is my progress this week. And then, okay, and this is my progress this week. Like I really enjoy those before and afters. And I don't know if that's why our video reception isn't as good. Maybe people just don't like me. Oh well, can't help that. But I'm hoping that maybe this will let people enjoy our videos more, if that makes sense. So I have all my notes. I have a huge mess here, so it's like first time video, but not. I hope that makes sense. So I'm going to start a little bit backwards. I'm going to show you some things, and then we'll get started on the whips. As far as what has led up to this week, and I'm going to put some pictures in. I will try to put in the one that is my favorite that we took the day before we took her to the vet, of Snoopy and Jinx. That's at 4:25. I'm getting better. We took Jinxie to the vet on Friday, and we said our goodbyes. And we're supposed to have her back home in about a week or 10 days, but she's no longer suffering, and we know in our heart that we did the right thing, as hard as it is. But the world keeps turning. My son, who he's like his dad and his grandpa. They never cry because they're men, and guys aren't supposed to cry. We went to the mall the next day. He was looking for a gift for his girlfriend, and he took us to Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory and bought Snoopy some chocolate covered, the good chocolate that they can have, some chocolate covered bones. And then he bought this for me. And he says, I want you to put it beside her box of ashes when they come back. Isn't that beautiful? I cried. And we have Bear's ashes. She was our dog that we lost in 2018. She also had cancer. She's on the mantle with her paw print. And Dalton said, I want to go back and get one for her. So they've each got a tree to lay under. So yeah. And I have a really cool, like a corner shelf that I think I'm going to, it's downstairs because I don't use it, but I think I'm going to bring it up and I'm going to make the top two shelves of it memorials so the cats can't get up there and mess with it and whatnot. But I think that's what I'm going to do, just because it feels right. And then he went out with his girlfriend, and he had bought me my orchids, which a viewer asked this question, and we had the vet that we had several years ago. So this was when we first got Pearl and Poe, which are our old cats. They told us that she gave me like this paper printout list of poisonous things for cats, because before that we didn't have cats in the house. We always had barn cats, and it had a list of plants on there, and one of the top ones was orchids, which made me really sad because I love them. But this viewer had commented on some of the other plants, and yes, you're absolutely right. There's a lot of toxic things out there for our kitties and for dogs too, but especially kitties because they like to chew on things. The only thing that I have trouble with them chewing on, and it's mostly Poe because she's a brat, but I have I don't even honestly know what kind of a tree it is. I've never even really Google researched it. I was given the tree by a friend who was moving, and she was either gonna have to throw it away, and I'm like, do that. It's huge. It's taller than I am. It's in our living room. She will crawl up in their cat tree, and then she'll reach over and she'll chew on the leaves, and obviously it hasn't killed her, so it's not toxic, but there are a lot of plants out there, unfortunately, that are. So, but yes. But anyway, to accentuate all that, so Dalton knows that my favorite flowers are daisies. And so in talking about this whole shelf and everything and how I want to arrange for Jinxie and Bear's ashes and everything, he goes, you need to build this to put in a vase to go with him. So yeah. And unfortunately he's back at school. He left and went back to college yesterday. So he's not home to help me build it, but he's like, well, you can do it in the evenings and we can FaceTime and I'll help you on. So, but he's going to be home in 2 weeks, just a quick trip. So hopefully we can sit down and he can help me do that one, because it's very scary. So that is the haul that I have to show. Numbers so far. Oh, that was something else I was going to tell you guys. So if you like numbers, either fast forward or, enjoy this. So my numbers so far for the month and the year, 7,120. So I went through, and this is just the analytical side of my brain. I went through and I pulled my journals back to 23, so 3 years. And I pulled my numbers. And I thought this was a fun fact, so I'm going to try and do this at the beginning of every month, so we kind of have an idea of my progress or non-progress, if you will, from year to year to year to year. But in 23, in January, so my total stitch count for 23, I had 131,069 stitches. Last year, I had 130,004, in 24, I had 130,476. So I actually did a little over 1,000 more stitches in 23 as opposed to 24. Last year, 135 stitches, or excuse me, 135,450 stitches. So I had ramped that up a little bit. But my total stitches for January of 23, this blows my mind, 16,248. 24, 14,838, so I kind of dropped off. Last year, 24,108. But last year we started the Haid Sal, and I also played Bringo last year. So I was touching all the projects last year for January. Obviously this year is not going to happen. I don't even know. This is the 19th and I'm at 7,100. I'm thinking I'm not going to tickle any of those numbers, but I thought it was really interesting to see that difference in numbers. And like I said, I went through and I wrote down all of the months from 23 forward, so we can see those. I have an angry hair. I have not done updated my temperatures yet for yesterday, so I need to get that done. But I will do so. Here come the yawns. Okay, so we've got our numbers done. Flosstubers I've watched. I've had time to watch 3 people. Like I said, Dalton went back to school, so I was able to get a little bit done. There was one day that he and Preston both worked that I was able to watch a little bit of Flosstube. Oh, doggone it. Of course, I watched Sarah, Stitch and Mommy. I watched Helen D. I didn't watch her newest video. I actually watched her whip braid. And then I watched Tricia. I cannot remember what her channel name is. She's the one that is in Canada. I will put links to all 3 of them down below so you guys can go and check them out. Oh, I forgot my ornament today. I'm sorry. I forgot to grab it. If I remember, I will put a picture of where I'm at with that so you guys can see that. Yeah, so let's get started. So I'm going to show you my whips. I'm going to try to put in a picture of the pattern, and then if I have a before, I'm going to try to put that in. If I've got a cover photo, then obviously I won't worry about it. Again, constructive criticism, please. Did I leave the picture up too long? Did I leave it up not long enough? Is it too blurry? Like, please, please, please be honest with me, because I'm not going to learn how to do this and get good at this if you guys are like, oh no, it's perfect. It's like, no, I know it's not going to be, because it's the first time out of the gate. So let's see how I do. So one of these that I will have to insert a picture of, and I'm not going to point where, because I'm still trying to figure out. When Morgan and I were playing with the video app this morning, I could put it right here, but yeah, we'll see how it works. I'll make it work. So the first one I'm going to show you is the temperature alphabet, and this is one that is by Stitch and Mommy, and again, that will be in the link down below. You can go and pick this up on her app, and of course I will show you where I'm at with the progress, and then I will show you where I'm currently at. So I still have, I think I'm 3 days behind on, or maybe I'm 2 days behind on my temperatures. But this is where I'm at so far. And I think I'm going to need to get that light put up, because I feel like there's a darkness there. We'll work on that. So that's where I'm at on my temperatures. It's going really well. I'm really enjoying doing that. I just wish that we would have some temperatures instead of the same color all the time. Okay, the next one I worked on is my roasted chicken. And this one is my no anniversary stitch that I'm working on. And that's why I'm the pattern picture. And I'm trying to do at least 100 stitches every day on this one. Oh, I forgot to take the hoop off of it. So I had told you guys last time I worked on this that I was going to wait to do the beads. And then that part of me that is like, no, I need to work from the top down. Yeah, well, she took over. So I ended up, hopefully this will work. So these are supposed to be French knots. So I put in the little mini petite white beads here. And then I have worked down beads and backstitch to basically the bottom part of his beak right here. And this is those holes and whatnot. Those are going to be petite black beads. And then I have a little bit of X's over here, and then that will bring me down, so then I'm working on backstitch because she's got quite a bit of backstitch here in her head. And then there's beads scattered throughout. So that's where I'm at now. I'm really, really happy with how it's looking. When I worked on this one yesterday when we were watching football, and it called for the browns and the greens, and it's like, that just looks weird. But it's working for the color gradation. It just, when you're sewing it, you know that whole trust the progress or trust the process. Yeah, that's where I'm at. So, but I'm enjoying this one. It won't get done before the end of the month, but I feel like that I can put a huge dent in it to say, okay, next time it comes out, I could possibly get it finished. So that's got me excited. Okay. And then I finished up the rotation on Aquarius. And I do have a pattern picture for that one. And I have this one in Pattern Keeper. And I worked on this one from the 1st of January to the 15th of January. And this one, I think I ended up with, I'm going from memory here, 1,508 stitches maybe. So hopefully I have put the before, and that's where I'm to now with strings. So I finished the top row of 10 all the way across, and then I came back over and started working on this next row of 10 coming across. So you can really see the sky starting to come together on it. Very pretty. I wonder if I should put it, I don't know, I'm going to have to play with this for the before and afters. I'll figure it out. I know some people put them to the side, some people put them on top of each other. Maybe it's just a learning process. Again, whatever suggestions you other video people have, I would really like to have that. All right, next one that I worked on, and I will have to put a picture in of this. This is my Wave Star. This is the one that I am using for my NBA following my nuggets. And I had worked on this one, when was my last video? My last video was on the 12th. So I have worked on this one 1, 2, 3 times since I saw you last. I obviously did not stitch last night's game, which I read that we stunk it up and lost by 30 some points. 110 to 87, I think, was the final score. Yeah, very disappointed. I saw the AG is out again. Sounds like he hurt his hammy again, so yeah, not happy, but that's another soapbox. So then I will put in where it was at before, or last video, and then this is where I am to now. And I've brought this around. This is pretty much, yeah. So this cap, if you will, is done to there. And then I think I have 2 rows in this row of 10. Is that right? 2 rows and then 2 stitches right here for this row of 10. It's starting to look like the Death Star. It's just got a big old chunk missing on the side of it. I guess I need to put it over here though, right? Yeah. So that's where that one's at. And I think when I done the math on this one, I don't know what day it was. Oh, and this one is at 82.33% complete. Oh, I forgot to say what percentage I was at with Aquarius. I can't remember. I want to say it was 5%, but that doesn't sound right. Okay, I'll have to do better with my percentages. Okay, next one. So obviously the 14th has come and gone, and the 14th I work on a project that's for Dalton because the 14th of April is his birthday. So I chose to work on my Star Wars dogfight, and I also have this one in Pattern Keeper. Morgan found several of these patterns, Star Wars patterns, on it was on her Etsy page. She has some Boba Fett's, and I think she's got a Stormtrooper, and she's got a bunch. Let's see, this one is at 2240, and I put in, I want to say I put in 500 stitches on this one, 500 and something. I think this is the one that I worked on when we were watching football. No. I don't know what. No. I worked on this one while Dalton was taking care of some stuff, because I worked on this one on Wednesday. So that's where I got to, and I'll put a before in here. So I was able, I think I worked most of the color palette. I think there's only like 9 or 10 or 11 colors, but work some more up here in this corner. This is almost to the edge. It comes over here just a smidge more, and then filled in a bunch of the actual fighter. So there is a ton. 356, I think. 356 and 948 is the majority of the color palette. So, yeah. And this was, I forgot to show you the other project bag. It's basically the same fabric as Aquarius. It's left over from a shirt that I made him a long time ago. Him as in Dalton. Okay, next up was my Butterfly Forest project bag that I made. And I am stitching this one. This is my 12 by 12. And I'm very happy. Sarah, the Stitching Mommy, has also started this one and stitching this one. So it's fun to be doing this one with her. And this is the pattern picture. It's a gold collection, Dimensions gold collection. I still have to finish getting some of my threads onto bobbins. I'm putting them onto bobbins as I'm needing them to stitch. I don't have very many left, but that way they're easier and more accessible, and they're not as tangled as you just saw that mess. These are the ones that I've got bobbin in so far. And like I said, I've got this one in for my 12 by 12. I've got a lot to do in that swath because I'm basically working. I started it in the middle, so I'm at that middle swath. So it's I think it's 232 across. I think that's right. I think it's 232 across and 18 deep. I can tell you for sure. $132 across. It's 212 tall, 132 across. So 132 by 18. It ends up being almost 2,400 stitches a month. So this is where I got to. And I have to apologize. So the previous work picture that I have, the hoop is on it. So you can't really see too much down in here. But since I have worked on it now, filled this in, worked in the wing, and then worked over in this. Again, filling up that swath of 18. If my thread carries me across, then of course I'll go up like I did the wing here, but you get the idea. So, and Luna is enjoying the window. I think they like it a lot better since the sewing machine isn't there now, because they don't have to fight. And like Pearl, he didn't like it. I don't know if it scared him. Bless you. Because the lip was, or, you know, the edge of the sewing machine was, it kind of made it difficult for him to get up and down from the machine to the window ledge and so forth. I don't know. All right. Next one that I worked on, and I don't have a picture of this one, so I'll have to put that one in here. I think I forgot that one. But this is Got a Secret, and this is my new full coverage spin for the rest of the month. So from January 16th to the 31st, I'll work on this one. This is I'm going from memory here. I think it's a Chris Ortega, Heaven and Earth Designs, and this is the mini. So 2012. I'm going to get here, guys. So this is where I'm at so far. I worked on it once. Today I need to give it 200 because I did not stitch on this one yesterday. But I'm in the process of essentially working across. I think I'm going to try to get as close to the edge as I can. Working across, and then I will come back and fill in the groups of 10. And this one hasn't got a whole lot of love. I think, if memory serves me right, this was a COVID start. I think we started it in 20. Morgan and I both started this one together. So I'm pretty sure. I'll have to ask her, but I'm pretty sure. And then the last one I worked on, so I told you guys about this one last week. This one is called, so there won't be a before and after. This one is going to be called Jinxie Sampler. And I even have a little black and brown dog down here, so it's all good. And we've had a dog that Bear looked very similar to this, and so it's, yeah, just very poignant. But I will take out the verse, and I will put in Jinxie and then 2019 to 2026. But I love this. And I had found this fabric at Hobby Lobby for another project, But I thought that this was just perfect to do for this one. Hopefully it shows up. Not really. Yeah, there you go. It's the mottled blue. It's a 14 count. And I got part of the little border done and then a bunch of the binds. I think it was a total of 96 or 97 stitches was what I got into it. And I actually started this one that night after we got home. So this is Jinxie's sampler. So it'd be really cool to get this one done, and it's tall and skinny, so maybe hang it next to that stand. I have a vision in my mind. I just need to get it done. And then I was thinking about also taking and because we've got pictures of all, I don't have pictures of my childhood dogs, obviously. Well, minus Dusty. She's over there in the corner. But take pictures of the other dogs that we've had and make like a collage frame with them and put that on there too. Because all of those dogs we have buried. We had buried either at the ranch or up on the mountain. So we don't have those with us, but I don't know. I just thought that would be kind of a neat, I don't know, homage to our furry babies. So we'll see. Again, it's up here. I just gotta, yeah. All right, so we're 30 minutes in. I have shown you everything I've worked on. Plans moving forward. I did not write those down. So plans. Obviously work on the temperature alphabet. Roasted chicken, because we need to get it done for the rest of the month. The Got a Secret, because that's the full coverage for the rest of January. Next week, actually day after tomorrow, is the 21st, so that will be a project for Morgan, because her birthday is the 21st of July. I haven't decided which one I'm going to work on, whether I need to work on her Blackbird sampler for her birthday, but I also would really like to put more into Ocean Beauty, which is the seahorse, so I can get it finished for her. We'll see. I'm not sure which one that's going to be. You'll know when I come back next week. Still need to work on my butterfly forest because I need to get my 12 by 12 done. My wave star for my MBA stuff. Yeah, I think that's it. And then, so I made a list. Also on the 21st is the anniversary of when I started My Necessity, which is it's a heartstring samplery. That one was supposed to have been done in time for Valentine's Day, and that didn't happen. And then I made a list of the projects that still, and April Fairy's project anniversary is the 23rd. So that one will probably come back out too. I have 5 projects that had anniversary dates this month. Quotes to Live By, Taurus, January Quaker, Pug, and my Josephine Walt Aries, which was the one that I talked to you guys about. I was going to restart. It's over here in that pile. I am pretty sure that I am going to restart that one on 28 count. I was kind of holding off because I was going to use that chunk of 28 count that I have for the Christmas stockings that I'm going to start. But this is a huge piece. It's basically a yard. And I had started, I think that's the one that I started Trance on. And that was when I still couldn't see very well. And I had also done it on I had done 2/1, and it was awful. It was awful. So I think that's the piece that I'm going to use to restart Aries on. And then I will get another chunk of 28 count, smaller, for the stockings, depending upon how I do with restarting Aries. Like I told you guys last week, that's a future Charlene issue, but I still would like to at least get it restarted. So I have it in progress. I looked on Pattern Keeper, and I have over 5,000 stitches done in that one. But it's going to be massive, like literally, if I finish it, because it's on 14 count, and it's 470 by 567. It literally, it's going to be like a 3 by 4. I don't want that. I don't want that big of a picture on my wall. So that's why I want to restart it smaller. So it's still going to be a big picture, but there's a big difference by 1.5 by 2 as opposed to a 3 by 4. That's huge. And as much as I love that picture, I don't love it that much. The framing alone would be insane. And then as far as the others, they just need to get their minimum of 100 stitches in and get them done. So we'll see. The guys, excuse me, Dalton's back to school, Preston's back to work. He's actually working today because we got quite a bit of snow. So I have more me time to get that kind of stuff done. So, are you coming to tell me it's time to go outside? Okay. Well, do you want to say hi to the peoples? All right, well, come here. Oh, don't show me your star. Can you say hi? No, you don't want to say hi? Oh, he's being shy. Well, the peoples are over there. Yeah, the peoples are over there. I don't want to say hi. Okay. You want to say hi? Snoopy's right here. I'll put the picture in somewhere, probably when I said it the first time, of the girls together. So, all right, wish me luck that I get this done right. I've talked long enough. I hope you guys have a great day and a great week. And again, constructive criticism, please. And I'm planning on being back next Monday. I don't foresee anything in the future going on that I can't. And I will come back and bring you updates on all the lovelies. So I hope you guys have a great day, and thank you for all of your words of wisdom and support and kindness and understanding, and it means a lot more than you know. I have to admit that I've been able to reach out to my fringe and my stitching community more than some of my friends, but I guess that's the difference between people who have animals and the people who don't, and the people that understand just what they do mean to us. So anyway, thank you. Have a great day, and I will talk to you next week. Bye.